So that actually, I think that's a perfect segue, a natural segue to one of the main ideas for this is, that bias that I had by default, where I just assumed everybody thought the same way and everybody perceived everything the same way. It used to cause a lot of frustration within me, because I would think, why don't you understand why I don't want to be around this person, or go to that neighborhood, or do this or do that. And then it occurred to me much later on in life that, because they actually had no context to what I was talking about, I often led by assumption. And there was also a stigma where, because I was the only one going through, so this is a perfect example to juxtapose to impoverishment, but because I was the only one going through what I was experiencing, the barriers that I was experiencing, and the issues that I was encountering, there was a very deep stigma where I was afraid to bring these to the attention of the people around me. And it had nothing to do with anything that anybody had done, but it was the perception, or what I perceived they might think. So one of the things is, I might perceive that, it's a downer, in that they're going to, feel like it's a downer, and talking about these things is a downer, or that, depending on whom the person was that was saying the things that were racially motivated, if they were very popular, then I was thinking, geez, it's my word against theirs, and this could actually put me in a very compromising and vulnerable position. Many different things. And so anyways, but I noted that I don't feel the need to talk about those, and I will explain that in fuller detail, especially if anybody asks, because this has everything to do with my relationship with the Lord, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But anyways, moving forward, this is actually something that I was thinking, in hindsight, if I would have done like little videos and talked about the barriers, and even just little intricacies, or little what some might call like minute hindrances or barriers, or even just thought, I want to say thought limiting, but I don't necessarily think that's a thought limiting thing. But like, say for example, somebody said, hey, let's go over to so-and-so's house. But if that person had said like racist words to me behind closed doors and become really aggressive to me, I might not have shared that with everybody else, but they might note that every time they go to that person's house, I don't go with them. So had I had the foresight back then, and the technology back then, I could have done videos like this, and I could have shared with you the listening and reading audience, and I could have just been fully transparent, and I could have said, when I was at this place 2 months ago, so-and-so, somebody there, they called me, whatever racial term, and it really hurt, and I didn't know how to handle it. And I feel very uncomfortable around them. And now they're very passive aggressive. They don't say these things in front of everybody, but now I feel that tension when I'm around them. And so I choose to opt out from going. That's the reasoning behind why I don't go. But to the people that are asking me, unfortunately, it puts me in a very it puts me in an awkward or a precarious predicament, because the people that are asking me might start to incorrectly assume that I'm either antisocial, or that I don't like them in particular, or that I'm perhaps trying to fade away from the group in general. So there's so much confusion, so much hurt, and so many negative consequences that come from misinterpretations and from information that has been obscured, information that would be better placed or better brought out into the light.